video making fun of something called the Modern Day Night Project, which is an $18,000 program where you pay for a 3-day course where you just roleplay as a G.I. Joe alpha male. There's very few things that separate this program from the LARPers that run around pretending they're wizards shooting imaginary spells. The main difference is that group that's casting imaginary magic missiles and swinging swords in a forest, they're having fun, and that's free. Whereas this expensive pile of dog shit is not fun, it's not free, and they're also trying to convince you that it's not make-believe. At least the LARPers know they're playing pretend. Here, they're trying to brainwash these gullible, insecure men into believing that they're actually getting taught valuable lessons on how to be a successful man, leader, and business guru, even claiming that you can start earning 7, 8, or even 9 figures of income after taking this course. Like, one of their main selling points is, yeah, $18,000 is a lot, but in the long run, it's costing you a lot more being a weak bitch. So give us 18 grand. And what you do is you go out there, you spend 3 days in like a fucking parking lot where they just yell at you, spit in your face, and spray you with a hose. So it's not even like you spend 3 days getting any kind of valuable tools or learning anything. It's not like you're learning how to, get in shape, get muscular, or do anything of value. It's just going out there and being uncomfortable for 3 days. And for some reason, they're convinced that that's a good thing. You can also spend 3 days just getting punched in the face by me, and that would make you uncomfortable too. But it's not going to make you any stronger, it's not going to make you any better at anything, you're still going to be a fucking loser at the end of those 3 days, even though you spent 3 days in misery. It's worthless, it's completely worthless, and they need to break out of this goddamn mind control that these men have fallen under for this. And they really like to harp on that mastermind program where you get to have like a fucking Skype call with them once every quarter or whatever, as if somehow that's going to make you successful. A nice little cherry on top of the shit cake they're selling you that you're eating with a smile on your face. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about MDK Project again is because some clips of it are going viral, and I like to take every opportunity I can to insult this because I truly think that if you are someone that's running this scam or someone that has gone to this and are trying to defend it, you deserve to be made fun of every waking hour that you spend on this planet for this kind of clownery. This is ridiculously embarrassing cringe shit.
Stupid. Are you that stupid? Here's why we're stupid. Here's why. Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Are you touching me? Get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me.
I'm not
you
touching
little bitch.
I'm not touching
fucking
you.
bitch. All of you get in the fucking tubs. Get in the tubs. Every one of you. So hey, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do now?
Sir,
Every one of you get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Get in the tubs. Shut up. There is no respect. Get in the tubs. You are going home. Oh, no, you're not. Sit down. You're not going in the fucking water. They're all going in the water. They're all going in the water. You're fucking done. You're fucking done.
I wasn't kidding about that parking lot statement. They set up these adorable, cute little ice baths in their warehouse parking lot. They got the Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory built here for the MDK project, but only if that fantasy is just yelling at a bunch of dudes that are really desperate for a change in their life and you're just exploiting that. So only if your fantasy is being just an evil, manipulative con artist. They actually posted this clip themselves, and there's really a lot to unpack here. So the big thing really feels like they love to power trip and just have this authority over these dudes here. And the second any one of them doesn't fall in line and conform to the hive mind groupthink, they're cast out. That is such a perfect encapsulation of this entire program. They just want you to fall in line and be their little sheep. Yet they're trying to preach the opposite. You're a sheep, and the only way to break out is by giving us 18 grand. We'll give you the tools to break out. But then the second you stop following my orders, you're fucking out of here and we're keeping your 18 grand. It's painfully obvious that it's just a different hive mind they want you to buy into. They want you suckling from their gynecomastia-riddled bosom here from all of the anabolic steroids they're injecting, taking their milk from their teat, no one else's, and you're paying for that privilege. Now, I don't know the whole context around what led up to this clip, but it seems like none of the clients in this session wanted to do this portion. So the instructor throws in the backpack, and the guy goes to like get his things, and then the instructor starts fighting him in this really stupid tug of war, and he's like, I'm not touching you, stop touching me, I'm not touching you, stop touching me, stop touching me, I'm not touching you. So they have this like back and forth, and then one of the other guys is like, with all due respect, he's probably trying to make an argument for why it's fucking dumb for them to go into the ice bath. Maybe they should do something more productive with that time. And then he just keeps throwing up a big stink. Stop it! You're touching me! You're touching me! You're fucking touching me! Blowing a gasket. And he's like, you're out of here! You're out of here, bub! You're not going in the water! They're going in the water! They're gonna be alpha males when they get in that water. It's like a fucking baptism! So get out! You're not welcome! One other common theme that seems present throughout all of the MDK project clips is that the instructors themselves seem like the most sensitive and insecure out of everyone that attends their classes. And it's pretty evident because on their own YouTube channel, they even have videos of them just whining about the hate they get. They have this little fucking therapy session where the two goobers sit across from each other just trying to like suck each other off about like, no, we're not wrong. Everyone else is wrong. It's actually super embarrassing that you'd even make fun of us. Yeah, nothing says alpha male quite like someone breaking down and finally addressing the haters. Unbothered titans of testosterone here.
Look around, look at each other. Look to your left and to your right. More than 60% will not be here fucking Friday. I guarantee it. And I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure that you earn the right to be here every fucking second. Because I see in your fucking eyes that most of you don't fucking belong here. And I'll be damned, I'll take this fucking knife off my fucking waist and carve this fucking tattoo off my fucking hand before I let any of you fucking bitches show up here on Friday for the graduation. I see it in your fucking eyes already. Your fucking souls are mine.
Your souls are mine? Calm down there, HGH Shang Tsung. My God, it just when you thought it couldn't get more cringe. So this is like this is how he motivationally speaks to the class. This is like his idea of what a strong leader is. Someone that's just whining and screaming and shouting and is just unhinged, a loose cannon. When he pulled that knife out, I thought he was going to go up and start like threatening them. I'll carve your fucking scalps off with this knife if you don't start getting in the ice baths and letting me spray you with a hose more often. That's a big thing that I like to do, is spray them with a hose. I showed a ton of those clips last time. I won't bother again. That's like the main thing. That's basically if you want to sign up for the MDK project, there is one client I think could benefit. Anyone that happens to be hunted down by hoses. Like if you're constantly harassed by getting sprayed in the face by a hose, this might be the class to take because you're going to be immune to it by the end of it. Because that's like all you do here for 3 fucking days. But anyway, he's got his knife out. He's waving it around. He's slamming it like a toddler having a temper tantrum over nothing here. Then says he's going to carve off the thing on his skin, which I'm assuming is the MDK logo. They have their own little cute logo. I'll carve this off of my skin. It's like, oh no. Okay. Why would you do that? I guess. That's a weird threat to be making. It seems like you just kind of want to hurt yourself. Alright, it's a little alarming. I don't really want any part of that type deal. But this is also something he does for most of his classes. There's a few clips of him saying that exact same thing. He really likes to threaten that he's going to carve out his own skin.
60% you will not be here on Friday. I will make sure of it. You will earn the fucking right to be here on fucking Friday night. I will cut this fucking thing off my head before I let anyone you little make it to that dinner table that don't fucking deserve the right to be here. I'll fucking make sure of it. I'm waiting out the fucking business.
This one made me kind of sad because look at the two gentlemen in the front row. They're no spring chickens. They have to be late 50s, early 60s, if not older. Why on God's green earth would you be paying $18,000, taking it out of your grandchildren's college fund, to spend it to be here getting sprayed with a hose and yelled at by a man who keeps threatening to cut his hand?
Get to the pit! Get to the pit! Get to the fucking pit! Move! Move! You stupid!
This isn't even a popular clip from them or anything, but it's one that I saw that I think is a great example of this guy's mentality. He's actually like a child with a sugar rush. He's just slamming a chair against a dumpster. Move! Get to the pit! Get to the pit! Like, you could just tell them, what does slamming the chair against the dumpster do? You're just making noise for the sake of making noise. It's like a child with like 2 garbage can lids banging them together. What the fuck? This is your instructor. He can't control, like, his excitement from all the sugar in his body, I guess. It's so silly. But yeah, I won't keep going on. I've already made a video talking about the MDK project, but since a couple of those clips were popping off again on Twitter, I just had to take this opportunity to laugh at them. Fill up my water and take a piss. I love the quote on that. I'll smack you, tit boy. What does that mean? There's a lot of layers in that onion to peel apart. Let's see what this is. I don't know who Wes Watson is, but I'm very curious to see what he does to Tit Boy.
How did I find success?
How do you define success? What does that mean for you?
Success is, being free, being able to do what I want to do every day when I wake up.
Wrong. Success is how much pussy you get. Duh, idiot. Where's Wes Watson? Set everyone straight here. Is this him?
No vices. That means no drugs, no alcohol, no bullshit. Don't have to hide behind nothing. I mean, what's rich? I mean, you get to do what the fuck you want. I don't.
Is this Wes Watson? Is this the right guy? Let me see. Or is this Tit Boy? Who's who here? Okay, that is Wes Watson. Didn't he just say no drugs? Brother, gear is a drug too, you know that, right? No drugs, except for the ones I do. No vices, except for the ones I do. This guy probably actually did have gynecomastia at some point. So he is literally Tit Boy.
Ash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off.
I've been...
Tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking...
Oh, wait, I gotta rewind. I always love that. Pull your shirt off! Show me your body! And let me touch it a little bit. Because you're probably not proud of it.
Are you proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt
Because
off.
I've been...
Tell me you're fucking proud
Because
of yourself.
I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
Because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No,
guys.
they go to prison where they get fucking...
Fuck yeah,
where
they
get
do.
raped up the ass.
You've never been to prison. Look,
That's
you're
what
talking about shit you
happens.
don't know.
They go to prison.
This is a
where they
crazy
get raped.
argument.
You get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold
in
on,
front
hold
of
on.
You think that
everybody.
that's better?
Guys,
You
guys.
think that that's
Okay,
better?
let's let him... Yeah.
Titties.
Anyway,
Who do you think would
That's
win?
where I was
In what?
Boobs.
yeah. Okay.
A fight? This guy would probably win. He's got that roid rage psychopath energy. This guy would get snapped in half, no doubt. But if we're talking about like a lactation contest, this guy he's harping on the titties of would not win. It would be this guy. This guy's got so much gear in his body, his tits probably lactate all the time by pure accident. This guy's probably got a pump in his fridge. So it just depends on what kind of fight they're having. If you want to be a true alpha male, not this embarrassing caricature of one, then you have to get yourself the new GamerSupps Waifu Cup of Me that just dropped. That's right, it's finally here. The Moist Waifu Cup has finally arrived. It's available right now at gamersupps.gg. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's guaranteed to be the best possible cup you've ever had in your life. Big thanks to GamerSupps for making this chalice here. I am honored to be represented as a big-tittied waifu. It's been long overdue, and I think it came out extraordinary.
But anyway, if you want...
Fuck yeah.
If you want to follow the successful mantra of a man who tells you he's reformed from prison, understand why they might have gone there to begin with. And
To take care
yes,
of a
I
family.
do think
What did he go to prison for? To take care of his family? Isn't that the opposite? You were not there for your family if you were in prison. I went to prison because I was such a good dad. That's why I went. He went undercover. Oh, wow, he spent a decade in prison. Holy shit. I thought it was going to be like a, I don't know, like 6-month stint in prison. No, this guy went to jail for 10 years. What did he do? That must have been heinous. During his 10 years in and he actually uses this as a selling point for himself. During his 10 years in California prison, West began building an Instagram presence while behind bars. Well, what did he go to jail for? Then he talks about becoming a millionaire within 18 months after being released. Is that it? It was 10 years in prison for robbery, burglary, assault, and battery. Oh, what? Tough Guy's got his Instagram account privated? What's going on with that? He's got 1.2 million followers, though. Why is his Instagram private, though? That's not ripped, rare, and rich. I'm sure all the followers are real people, too, and not bots. I have no doubt. No, it's definitely not a purchased account. If anyone's curious, though, for how he became a millionaire within 18 months of being released from prison, he did it because he exploited you. The desperate, gullible men that are purchasing his shit and saying that it's worthwhile. You think this guy somehow found the ways to make money in jail for 10 years for beating people and robbing them? Yeah, I'm sure he's got a fucking fountain of knowledge to bestow upon you. He just found the easiest way of making money in the modern age, which is telling desperate men that they're losers, and the only way they'll stop being a loser is if they give him money. That's it. That's the shocking secret to how he became a millionaire. Charlie, he invented docking and copyrighted it. True, actually, maybe that is what it is. He brought docking into the mainstream.
true wealth is having a wife, and true wealth, that is what I think it is. And that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, "There's my stud dad right there, standing there."
Do you have-
That's literally his whole life. Holy shit, that is so sad. His whole life is his body. Which is going to give out within the next 15 years from his overusage of gear. That's so sad. That is so fucking sad. This guy is 10x the insecurity of this man. Oof. That is actually all he can say. What an absolute fucking weenie. Yeah.
Stud right there with his shirt off.
Do you have children?
Look at that stud.
Do you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
You have 2. So, are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He's, God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining.
That
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna-
Dude,
All right,
look
let's
at
just-
your goddamn self.
Okay.
Oh man, this is much worse than I thought it would be for this guy. Yikes. Eek. Eek. I'm sure his children are so proud. My dad's a superstar. Look at him melt down on this fucking podcast about this guy. All because his body isn't as exploited with gear as my dad's. I'm so happy. My pop is the best. Oh, he only spent the first 10 years of my life in jail. What do you mean? He's a great dad.
This is not what men
Let's let
look
him.
like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners? Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. People like this think they can talk to someone like me like that.
You started it, goofball. Oh my god, he's getting. This is why he privated his Instagram account now. I see. Oh my, he's getting destroyed.
That's what the show is supposed to be about. I like this shit. So personally,
So do I.
enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks like you enjoy it.
can agree to disagree.
Private account.
Yeah, we can have
We can move on, but Jesus Christ, men don't have tits.
Thanks for your sub, Jan.
That physically,
Men usually have
he has-
hair. We can
he has-
agree on that too.
He has
Physically.
crossed over gender barriers.
Right.
That guy actually only has a single thought in his mind at any given time. My body versus that body. My body better. My body use all kind of HGH substances. Thus I win. And he can't process anything else.
Need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll
Come
still
on,
answer the
man.
question. Is giving
Would-
someone an
would- would you-
expensive watch?
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an
This guy is having. This guy. This guy's fucking awesome. What an effective clown. I've never heard of Wes Watson before. I need to look more into this. Master your mind and body. Meanwhile, this guy just throws a temper tantrum like a child who can only say one thing, like, your body's yucky. I went to jail for 10 years, so what? Would you hang out with these guys? Oh, this is cute. On his website, he had a little bit of hair. Oh, so here we go. He used to be a marijuana dealer. And it looks like he was sentenced to jail for what Chatter mentioned earlier with like the robbery, assault, burglary, whatever, all of that. But he used to be a dealer. So I'm guessing... I still haven't seen exactly what the case was. But I'm guessing it was something about like a deal gone bad, maybe? I don't really know. I thought so. Okay. So the... This is so crazy. I think this is right. So the person he's currently dating is the woman who had that very viral plane meltdown and then got offered a porn deal. So his current girlfriend is this lady, I'm pretty sure. At least according to the articles that I was coming up and reading about this lady.
I did nothing wrong. I said shut up. No, you shut the up. You shut the up and your bitch.
Goodbye.
You shut the film me. I'm Instagram famous, you bum. Shut the up.
It's crazy. That's a perfect match. That is a perfect match. Two insufferable people dating each other. You couldn't script that any better. Did she take the porn deal too? That would be the cherry on top of the Wes Watson shit cake. This is so interesting. Hold on, one more thing I want to look up that I saw pop up briefly when looking into Wes Watson. Just sorry. And then we'll get back to him screaming about whatever the fuck he's melting down about, shaking his fist at the clouds. Your body isn't as ripped as mine, clouds. You have no right here. Okay. So what I saw come up is that he also has a podcast, but that doesn't seem correct. It looks like he was a guest on a podcast, and it was called How to Date a Bad Bitch. And it's him talking about dating that plain lady that was melting down. Alright, sorry, I stopped looking up shit on the side here for side quests. Let's see what else he has to say.
Jesus Christ.
They're skilled at
you.
some things.
Whoever fucking said
Hang
that.
on, that bass
Kick
guy
you in
right
your
there just said,
fucking
hell
face,
yes,
little
shut up.
faggot.
That's fucking hilarious. You're awesome.
Different guys on the
this
panel.
is why most people don't invite me places.
Different guys
Yeah,
on
we
the panel
That's so sad.
Tell.
have different skills.
Yeah, that is so sad. Why would you say that? This is why I don't have any friends. Man, I don't have any friends. Look how quiet he gets after saying that, too.
We could tell his tits are all jiggling. He's
God,
got
that's
a
actually
half
all he's
fucking
got.
Jelly donut
Hey,
or
bro,
what.
your toupee, it's still back there in the back. Go get it.
I shaved my head, you little faggot.
Are you
Shut
sure
the
they...
fuck
Oh,
you
boy.
shave your head, or-
Uh-oh.
back here.
Guys.
I want to see these guys women. Let's put these trolls back here.
Women are not objects in our world because we're not material.
Hey, Wes, I don't think you want to play that game, brother. Your woman went viral for being an insufferable asshole that everyone clowned on, and she got offered to do porn. Like, brother, you don't want to play that game. You really don't. This guy super sucks. He talks about how he used to be a huge drug-dealing kingpin who lived in big mansions, but the reality is he sold a little bit of weed and slept on his friend's couch. No, that's the propaganda that they're feeding you. He really was... No, dude, this guy, Wes Watson, he really did live in the biggest mansions, fuck the baddest bitches, sell the dopest weed. You got your facts mixed up.
We're gonna
make
move on.
You cry if you want.
We're gonna move
faggot.
on.
That's all
We're
you
gonna
got.
move on.
He's still going. He's so hurt.
We're gonna
No,
move on.
that's all you got is threats.
We're gonna
brute
move on,
strength.
guys. We're gonna
I'm
move
a great
on.
speaker.
We're gonna move on, guys. We're gonna move on.
Listen, Rich, better be proud.
No, it looks like they calmed him. Well, calmed him down is the wrong word. It looks like he ran out of words in his head. So then he blue screened in his brain. What an interesting guy. He's like if you tried to have someone do their best to be Dan Bilzerian, but without the actual money. Just taking like core personality traits and rolling them up into one guy who's battling his inner demons of insecurity. He's trying so fucking hard to put on the persona. He's more like a D-list Liver King. Liver King tries to be like wholesome. Like Liver King, he's just a scammer. This guy is both a scammer and an insufferable asshole who projects his insecurities onto every single living being with a pulse, it seems. And then privates his Instagram account when people tell him that he's a loser. That was interesting. That did lead to a new discovery here of the Wes Watson rabbit hole. I looked more into his arrest. He basically got arrested for beating up and robbing a low-level weed dealer at a random motel. Brother, that's not what happened. I don't know what kind of fucking woke news sources you're reading. Wes Watson, he marched out into Gotham by himself and took on Penguin's entire gang, upturned that bitch, and stole all their product, and eventually Commissioner Gordon had him thrown behind bars. That's what happened. And he did it for his family. That was pretty cool. For centuries, men have always wondered, how do you respond when an alpha male insults you? A question that has plagued the minds of the masculine brain for too long, and today I found the answers on a pickup artist forum page. Now, most of you know, I love pickup artistry. I think it is the most pure cringe. It's like a new element for the periodic table of just like this condensed cringe that is truly just a unique blend of delusion, patheticness, desperation, and loneliness, all rolled into one fine joint that I love to smoke. So if you don't know what pickup artists are, it's men that read these guides, buy these courses on how to pick up women in the field. So in real life, how to approach women with pickup lines and get laid. And it has pretty much a 0% success rate for the majority of pickup artists, which makes it so fun. And it's, of course, extremely creepy, but it's hard not to laugh at it. Now, what we're going to be talking about today is a post that I was made aware of from 2010 on a big pickup artist forums site. And it's all about how to respond when an alpha male insults you. This is vintage cringe. List down insults you have heard and we'll find cool answers to them so you're prepared when alpha males try to make fun of you. Like this. Insult. Why do you smell funny? Answer. It's called soap. Don't think you've ever smelt it before. And then in parentheses, this is your, like, indicator. You don't want to say this out loud. This is just notes for you. Make a big smile and tongue mouth. I don't know what that tongue mouth means. Like, do you stick your tongue in his mouth so you just fucking French kiss him? Why do you smell funny? It's called soap. And you just, like, get in there. Like, I don't know what tongue mouth means. Maybe that's, like, early mewing. This may have been mewing before it was cool. I'm not sure. But, yeah, basically you say it's called soap, and then you hit him with none of these, and then like that, I guess. Now, I'm not exactly an alpha male, but I imagine that you'd probably get your ass beat if you did that, because it'd be creepy. It'd probably be ruled self-defense, because you came at him with that, like, psychopath energy with that response. Now, it's written like a fourth grader came up with this. Why do you smell funny? What kind of adult would ever say that to somebody, to be honest? They'd probably just say, like, you stink or you smell like shit, not, why do you smell funny? But you want to know what's wild is I know it's not a child that wrote this, because all of these pickup artists back in their heyday were like early to mid 20s, sometimes early 30s. So this is a grown adult that came up with this. Dude's just stewing in his swamp ass in his room, coming up with these imaginary scenarios with insults, and then like theory crafting the optimal response to it. And he comes up with this zinger. It's called soap. God, that's lame. He was probably one of the lead writers on the new Saints Row game. That's that quality of writing. Continuing forward, insult. Wow, what an ugly t-shirt. Answer. Yeah, that can be fixed, but your face can't. Bang, bang, and then everyone that's in the vicinity just starts clapping, going, ooh. A male tries to make fun of you by saying something like, oh, you're so cool, or you look like insert funny man, creature, whatever. Good answers could be, I wish I could get even half as funny as you one day, and then ignore him. Or, aw, look at him trying to be funny. And now he takes his bow saying, bring him on, welcoming the rest of the pickup artist community to contribute some of their own insults and answers. These are pretty powerful, so I hope you've got your pen and paper out to be taking notes on these in case you ever need to unleash them. I don't know where these insults are coming from. Like, these aren't insults I think anyone has said for the last 50 years to another human being. What kind of alpha male is going to say, wow, what an ugly t-shirt? I can't picture Chad Fuckhammer out of the blue walking down the street, seeing a pickup artist and being like, wow, what an ugly t-shirt. No, who does that? Where? In what fantasy? Like, I just really don't think this is happening. There's not like this secret war between the alpha chads and the pickup artists. But even in this fantasy land, the pickup artists are making themselves the losers there too. with the chads saying your shirt's ugly, or you look like weird creature, or whatever. Like, it is actually sad, and I've said this before. Pickup artistry used to be a huge movement. Luckily, it's died out very much over the last few years, but back in the 2010s, so many young men bought into it, bought courses and all kinds of guides and shit. It was like the early looks maxing, but for getting laid through the worst advice and the creepiest lines you could ever possibly imagine. So I have no doubt that this guy here is one of those individuals that really, like, bought into it hook, line, and sinker. And hopefully, 14 years later, they have realized that that was just a cringy period of their life and they have grown from it. That's what I'm praying for. Now, the rest of the comments don't really play into, like, here's an insult, here's an answer. They're mainly saying, like, if an alpha male insults you, just brush it off. You're better without that kind of stress anyway. But there are a couple that do give you some kind of insult and comeback, like this post. I agree with the others. You shouldn't feel the need to rage/give a comeback. Answer to the others, not him. If you have to, I would playfully correct the "you're fat" response. Again, what I'm reading here feels like it's out of like an old cartoon or something, with like a cartoonishly douchey bully that just all the time is shoving the main character into the locker saying, your shirt's ugly, fatso, or whatever. Get out of the hallway, stupid face. So that's the kind of energy here. I don't think any of this is happening to any of the posters. Hopefully not. I hope they're not getting bullied like this, and that's what's like the catalyst to these posts. But anyway, insult, you're fat, or whatever. Comeback, playfully, haha, well, you're ugly. I can lose weight. small pause where you look serious, then break into a playful smile and loosen up. It's like stage directions in theater class. Maybe they're all like classically trained thespians, perhaps. I'm not really sure, but this is so interesting. Like, imagine you're trying to like recall these steps if someone says you're fat and you're like, you're ugly, I can lose weight. Oh, I forgot the small pause. Okay, then break out into a small, playful smile, loosen up. No, just kidding, dude. You're great. Pat on the shoulder to lower his social value, then turn to the group like nothing happened. How does patting someone on the shoulder lower their social value? Do you have the cheese touch? You just reach over, pat him on the shoulder, and he's like, no! My social value, no! Like, starts melting. I don't get what this means. Like, this whole scenario is very peculiar. So it's in a group setting, and someone in the group just points to you and says, you're fat? Who would do that? The group must hate that person. They must not be like a friend to the group. I couldn't really understand what this one meant, but I really like the way that it's worded. So it's quoting some other post in here. However, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. I like how they refer to the alpha male as a target, making it seem like it's an assassination mission or something like this, like you're Agent 47. And this pickup artist quote responds to that message saying, unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Where am I? Pardon? I'm gonna need some more clarification. What does that mean? Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Is that a euphemism? Like, what am I missing out on? A shit test? You're submitting stool samples now? Or maybe, like, unless you're in a public restroom and you're shitting, and then the only way you win is by pretending you don't hear the person shitting. What does it mean? Am I overthinking it? I don't understand. I sat here racking my brain for at least 10 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck that could possibly mean, and I've got nothing. So putting this entire riddle together, however, if a target insults you, it's always beneficial to be witty in a cocky/funny way. Unless it's a shit test, then you win by pretending you didn't hear. Initially, I thought maybe it was some kind of War Games reference, the only winning move is not to play, but that doesn't really fit because what is the shit test in that equation? Are we talking about actual poop? Like real feces poop? I don't know. I don't know what it means. Like, I can't implement this one. The alpha males are going to eat me alive. I can't follow these directions. You know what else I can't follow? Is this fanfic. This is the most outrageous nonsense story ever constructed. This is in the same forum post about like the insults and the comebacks. They're giving an anecdote here. I was in the field today with a friend of mine because he's a pickup artist soldier on the front lines. We were sitting and these two girls are staring at us. After finishing my milkshake, we went over there. My friend said, "Hey, what do you think of my friend?" Me. "I know, totally wrong approach, but you can always try." Sunglass emoji. Then she said, "He is ugly." My response, "I'm sorry, I don't think that it isn't going to work out between us because you are too arrogant." When their jaws finally touched the ground, we walked away. Evil emoji. Mwahaha. I never talked to such a bitch, but I still wonder why they were looking the whole time. Of every story ever told, that's definitely one of them. What a lot to process. So they were drinking milkshakes, and there were some girls staring at them, so they go over and say, "What do you think of my friend?" And they say, "He's ugly." So he says that it won't work out between them because she's too arrogant, and for some reason that put their jaws on the floor in shock. So then they walked away, doing an evil Joker laugh, mwahahaha, like Mandark from Dexter's Lab. Pretty cool story with a very strong positive message buried deep within there somewhere, I'm sure. Hopefully this has been helpful to those of you out there that are being preyed upon by the alpha males. Hopefully this gives you the tools to fight back with witty comebacks. The most uninteresting, out-of-their-prime frat dudes in a room. They make a podcast. And like all other alpha podcasts, they focus on shitting on women. But this time, the unique selling point of this alpha podcast is all three of them rolled a 0 in the charisma stat. Between the three of them, they can very rarely form a complete sentence. It's like a game of fucking Mad Libs because they can't help but keep interrupting each other, and the one time they brought on a female guest, I think she maybe got 3 words out before they kept, like, dogpiling on every single breath she took. It is an outstanding disaster of insecurity. It's also adorable how hard they all try to appear as, like, this peak sigma alpha masculine specimen. This is a podcast I'm sure none of you have heard of. I only found it because a YouTuber named Chad recently made a great video on it, and I knew I had to dive into it and watch more of their content. On TikTok, they're a bit of a laughingstock. They're just a fucking punching bag for most people to insult for good reason, obviously. So I wanted to watch more than just, like, their best moments montages where it's like, women cheat more than men, those bitches. Like, I wanted to watch, like, the actual full context and full episodes. They have 3 right now. But it was so hard to watch them because every time they try and speak, it's like a kid who gets called on in middle school to stand up and read in front of the class and they're nervous. They just drone on and on, getting lost in their own sauce, forgetting what they were even talking about. They just keep fumbling over words and they just keep placing new filler words in there and it makes no fucking sense. It's like, I have no mouth and I must scream some dumb shit, but they just can't do it. Let me show you.
Yeah, plus, like, too, when you're in that bracket of fucking really financial, I'm not, but one day I will be, when I'm in that bracket of, like, being fucking rich as fuck.
Right.
I feel like, especially, like, I don't know, like, a lot of dudes get played for their fucking money. And,
yeah, a lot.
And they get made look like fucking fools. Because after a while, too, money can only get you so far with getting pussy and shit.
Well, it depends.
At the end, and it's true, and, like, they'll be like, oh, fuck him. I'm tired of him. The fucking housewife.
That bitch was plotting.
He was plotting from the jump.
100.
You know, it's funny because I was
that's
like,
her personal need.
Yeah, right.
Which I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
why are you gonna use my money that I fucking made to do something?
Yeah.
If you want money, you ask for it, and I'll gladly give it to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you sneaking money out
we're
the damn.
financially fucking way better off than most.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah. Just don't, like, fucking... Yeah, I fucking agree.
But, like,
This was from the timeless classic, Women Cheat More Than Men, their biggest episode and a real hit. I couldn't watch the whole thing because this is the whole thing. Stretch this kind of conversation across an hour and 15 minutes. It's impossible to sit through. It literally sounds like someone skipping through dialogue options in, like, a Fallout game. It sounds like you're just listening to William Shakespeare in Old English and none of it's making sense.
I want to know what your boyfriend brings to the table, or what you expect him to bring to the table. Or even any man. Not like, we don't have to, like, focus on your guy. But just any what does a guy have to do?
Respectful.
Okay.
So looks don't play a role in the first part?
There you go. Just let her go.
Yeah, let it go.
Relax, buddy.
Let it go.
This was a really big moment for the podcast. They really went out of their comfort zone and brought a girl into the boys' club in order to get deeper insight into females. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to really speak that much because the crew didn't really like when she'd talk. So, like, right away, they just ask, what do you want in a guy? And she says, respectful. The fucking room goes silent, and one dude's like, so looks don't matter then, huh? Like, he just gets so deeply offended off rip. All 3 of their minds were blown. She said respectful, and one guy just, his whole soul is crushed. Like, what about looks, huh? What about looks? Are you lying to me, you crazy fucking harpy, huh? You come onto my podcast, you old battle axe, and you're spreading fibs? No, respectful doesn't exist. Not even a real word, not a thing. Looks, that's all that matters. That's what I've read on the forums. Don't fucking lie to me again on my own show.
I say, if my wife lets herself go after I have kids with her, if I'm going to tell her once, if you don't get your shit together, I still want to be sexually attracted to my wife, my spouse. But if you
even
can't
girlfriends.
do that, girlfriend too, if you can't do that, I'm out.
All 3 of them are pretty dumb, but this guy right here is like the superstar imbecile. Every time he says something, it's the dumbest shit. He was the guy that immediately got offended when the girl mentioned the word respectful. It was like a fucking vampire getting hit with sunlight when he heard that. He just started, like, melting and, like, in pain. All he cares about is looks and pussy, from what I gather. That's his whole personality. And anything that challenges his belief that looks are the only thing that matter in the world, he takes great offense to. So this video they disabled comments on because they were getting clowned on ruthlessly. And, very un-alpha-like to be a coward and disable your comments. They're keeping the video up And apparently they had a response to it, which they took down because they also kept getting clowned on with that. Can't confirm because I can't find it. Yeah, his whole point is super goofy. So my wife has kids with me, and then she stops getting hotter, and I don't find her hot anymore, and that's her fault. I give her one chance. If she doesn't fix herself, I'm out. Aging is cringe. So when my wife hits 40, I'm leaving her ass, and I'm going back to dating 18 and 19-year-olds.
I mentally checked out of my last relationship for so long.
But I don't want to say
you broke up.
Yeah.
But another point. Goes the fucking show. Another point.
No, but
another
it doesn't
point.
say anything. No, it's not like anything bad. But
No,
it's like
not
after
you.
everything I've
I'm
been
gonna let you
through.
finish your point. I'm gonna let you finish your point. Guys at home watching, if you're fucking, once you'll know when your girl's mentally checked out, and when she's mentally checked out, she'll entertain any dude. I'm not saying you. There's always exceptions to the rule. I'm saying they'll entertain dudes. They'll fucking even cheat on. They don't give a fuck because once when their mind's gone, the vagina still could be there. But once when the mind's gone, the heart's gone, they're done. There's no coming back from that. So like, you know.
Oh my god. He's absolutely right! Oh! He just blew the case wide open. I fucking love that this dude immediately interrupts her for the millionth time just to make like an absolute nonsense point. The vagina might still be there, but the heart's gone. The soul went to hell, and now she's cheating on you there. Right? And the Avengers music, oh, it just sounds so good. It's like he's making the most profound speech of all time. Like, hey, shut the fuck up real quick, lady. I know I asked you this question, but now I'm talking. Cue the orchestra. Hey, cheating and pussy. What's up with that? I genuinely just can't wrap my head around this whole crew here. I don't even know what he's thinking is going on right now. He thinks he's being so deep and profound and like this is somehow supposed to be inspirational, but it's not. It's not even close to anything at all.
No, I got this right here. Women preserve their value, men create it. Let me explain.
Exactly.
Guys care about a girl's past. A girl cares about a guy's future. Just like if your boyfriend.
I care about your past.
Hold up.
I have no doubt the three of them are pretty close to illiterate, but what that guy's saying right there is verbatim what all of the other YouTubers who are alpha males try and parrot. They all vomit that exact same line into each other's mouths, and just like Ouroboros, just keep eating each other's asses for all eternity. That whole men create value, women preserve it, guys care about a girl's past, girls only care about a guy's future. They treat each other like anime protagonists. It's literally r/I'm 14 and this is deep. This is literally sad Facebook statuses from 2010. It's very clear that this guy in particular was very deep into the whole pickup artist community or whatever, because this shit is the exact verbatim shit that they all said in their seminars. I've watched a lot of those on YouTube nights on stream because they're really fun to laugh at. And to a certain extent, I do feel bad for this guy because he got fed this so much that now he's adopted it as a truth and the cycle just continues.
Hot topic.
Very hot.
Girls cheat more than guys.
Oh, fuck yeah. Girls cheat more than motherfucking dudes.
I was waiting to say that, bro.
Period. They're sneaky.
It's my personal mentality because I'm better than everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not an NFL player. I haven't been to the moon. I'm still better than you.
That's how you gotta become. You gotta think you're the best before you are the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everybody.
That's my personal mentality.
Yeah, he's not an NFL player. He's not a doctor. Hasn't been to the moon. Hasn't had a meaningful relationship. Hasn't been able to read an entire chapter from a Harry Potter book. But you know what? He has a podcast, so he is better than you, pussy. I feel like if I was an employee at the Best Buy they bought the Blue Yetis at, I would be overcome with guilt if I ever found this podcast and recognized them. I'd be like, fuck, I could have stopped this from happening. I could have been the hero if I just didn't sell them the Blue Yetis. It could have all been stopped before it even started.
Honestly, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but what's your take on fitness chicks?
Valid.
Like,
as fuck.
They're
superior to all women.
Top of the line.
Agreed.
Fitness chicks are superior to any woman.
They posted this themselves as one of their highlights. Like, this is one of their finest moments they were proud of. Just fucking imagine that mentality, that this conversation is like a moment you're like, yep, pretty proud of that one. I mean, to be fair, in their defense, they didn't fumble through sentences. because there were no sentences here. It was just like individual words back and forth. Man calls it together like it's a goddamn city council meeting. Boys, gather around. Titties. What do we think? Do we like that? Valid. Milky. Top of the cream of the crop. Yes. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that if I actually did finish all 3 podcasts to completion, there would be a million more wild and wacky moments, but it's just so hard to sit through their podcasts, so I haven't done that yet. So these were just some of the highlights that I found. These are the ones that were posted on their own TikTok, and as well as just a couple of moments that I skimmed through their podcast. And yeah, I just wanted to share this because this is just another very silly alpha male podcast. Now I want to share some of his wisdom with you, in case you happen to be some kind of weak simpleton out there that doesn't quite understand what it means to actually be a real man.
Weak men run to the bathroom every 15-20 minutes. They get a little nervous, they gotta go take a crap, they gotta go take a piss. And when you walk into a public restroom and you see a guy taking a crap, that's embarrassing. I gotta tell you, this is the most vulnerable position a man is ever gonna be in. Taking a crap. Anyone can open the door, stab you in the neck with a knife. Think about that for a moment next time you go out there and start taking craps in public.
There's a lot to digest here, but first and foremost, men don't crap. Men shit. I don't know why he's afraid of using big boy words and instead has decided to use elementary school nomenclature to describe a fucking bowel movement from a man as a crap. That's pathetic. I haven't taken a crap since I was 12 years old. I shit. That's what I do. Maybe this guy's out there making little fucking toots and poots from his butt there, and that's what he calls crap, but that's not what an actual man does. Also, who the fuck is going to the bathroom every 15 minutes? That's not a sign of being nervous and having shaky knees. That's a sign of a serious medical condition that needs to be analyzed quickly. Every 15 minutes excusing yourself to the toilet? What? Who does he hang around with? Dogs that are just afraid around strangers or something? Like, what is going on? Every 15 minutes excusing yourself to the restroom? What the fuck? Also, how would you ever be that nervous? Like, where would you even be that would be causing nerves to that degree that you're going to the bathroom every 15 minutes? Does he think, like, his spiritual pressure is so extreme that it's making men that nervous to even just be in his proximity, so they have to keep going to the bathroom to decompress and just fucking void their bowels and empty their bladders or something? And finally, what a wacky mentality and outlook on living, where his concern is that by putting yourself in a vulnerable position in a public bathroom by taking a crap, as this Boy Scout calls it here, that there's the concern that someone would bust in and stab you in the neck with a knife. Buddy, I got some bad news. I hope you're sitting down for this one. The cold water's coming. If someone is looking to attack you with a knife in the bathroom, it doesn't matter if you're shitting or pissing in a urinal, you're in danger. Even if you were standing up and tinkling like a big man and some lunatic comes in there with a knife to stab you in the neck, you're still not really in the best position for this crazy surprise attack from this menace on the loose. It doesn't really change the scenario all that much if you are urinating or hitting that number 2 over there. If there is someone that just randomly comes in there with a knife to stab you in the neck. It must be miserable going through life with perpetual fear like that. Like, if at that point, just never go to the bathroom in general, so that way you're never in a vulnerable position. That would have been more alpha advice, by the way, if he's like, yeah, I had my asshole surgically removed, so that way I'm never caught with my pants down on the porcelain throne. Now I just use this colostomy bag. Like, that would have been far harder. Like, yeah, butthole is a sign of weakness. It's a vulnerability in the masculine frame that can be exploited by bad actors, and also when you have to take a crap in public, well then all of a sudden you've exposed yourself to potential knife attacks, which is why I had mine sewn shut.
You have to consult with your wife about simple things in life. There's a big problem. If you have to consult your wife about certain business decisions, about certain things that you're going to do to better yourself, there's also a problem there. Your wife should be supporting you to become the best version of yourself, to be the best leader possible. And if she does not back that, there is a freaking problem. And that's on you.
Brother, this ain't Weenie Hut Jr. Why are you saying freaking? This guy's supposed to be an alpha male, yet he's afraid of harsh language. Like, he won't say fucking, and he won't say shit. Goodness gracious, grow up. If you're supposed to be like this big, rough, tough guy telling it like it is, you can't be saying things like freaking. Anyway, dude's a big wife guy. He has a lot of segments on wives and how to handle the old ball and chain and, you know, what a quality wife is, that kind of thing. And in this section here, his stance is that any man who consults his wife for basically anything is weak, and it's indicative of a problem here. If you talk to your wife for anything other than sycophantic approval, you're a bitch, is fundamentally the vibe here that I pick up from him, which is an interesting take because what's even the point in having a wife if it's not someone you want to talk to about important things? Obviously, it's great if your significant other is supportive of the things that you do and want to pursue, but they also shouldn't just be like NPCs that only say yes and good job and encourage things that maybe aren't the best paths, right? So like if you go to your wife and you start talking about this new career you found about pretending to be an alpha male online, parading it around like you're the absolute ultimate of men, maybe she should opine saying, that's kind of cringe, maybe not the best idea. There's nothing wrong with that, and she's not a bad wife for not just sucking your dick on the whole thing. And there's nothing wrong with talking to your wife about things either. It's not weak to talk to your life partner.
When I shake a hand, the first thing that I look at, and this is the truth, okay, if that fucker is wearing shorts and some fucking flip-flops, it's a preconceived idea that gets imprinted in my mind. He's gonna have a limp fucking handshake. I'm 100 out of 100 with that.
Lord help us if this guy ever went to the beach, he'd blow a gasket. Everyone in flip-flops out there. Or if he ever came to Florida, I suppose. But one thing I always appreciate about alpha male gurus is they have to talk about literally every single aspect of just being alive, to the point where even taking a shit is beta and weak and there's a man way of shitting. Like, it can't just be obvious stuff about, you know, working out, that kind of thing. It has to be like, yeah, this is going to be a limp handshake for sure. I'm always paying attention to the dress, the wardrobe of every man I look at, and if they're wearing something that looks a little wacky, I know it's a limp handshake coming my way, and that makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Also, what I will say though, is that he's changed his tone here, and now he's no longer saying freaking. This time, he went hog wild here. He was dropping F-bombs. But don't tell his wife.
A warrior is the eye of the storm. He's the eye of the hurricane, right? Where everything around him could be spinning around, but he is standing still as a rock. He is grounded. His foundation unshakable. When you get to that level, things around you, let them move. But you stay strong, you stay firm, you stay focused.
It's always this kind of shit that I think is so meaningless. If you want to be a gladiator, if you need to be a goddamn warrior, you need to remember, when it's all spinning, that's when you stand there unshitting and you are the rock. Like, come on, man. It's like it's made for actual 12-year-olds. What real men who actually are looking for advice could benefit from is actionable things. This is useless. This is just a bunch of empty platitudes. Who needs to hear like these words of affirmation daily? You are the warrior. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. You are the warrior. It's just, it's sad. And they all do the same shit. It's all from the same fucking script. And it's usually to hawk some bogus course for a bunch of money that you don't need, that won't help you in the first place.
I think that you are a loser if your wife has to work to bring in money into your household so you can both survive. That is not the way of the warrior. That is not the way of a manly man. A masculine man provides and protects. His wife, if he's okay with it, sure, she can go out there and work and have a career.
Spoken like a man who's completely detached from reality and oblivious to the cost of living for normal, average, everyday Americans. Calling them a loser, you're not a warrior if you can't provide for your wife off just your job alone. Brother, even if you are a successful man with a successful career, by all definitions, a successful career, the price of buying your first house is still unattainable for the vast majority of careers off just a single income. The market is completely fucked. So, in most cases where someone's looking to settle down and start a family, both the husband and wife are working in order to even have a chance at affording that dream of buying a house. You're not a loser if you can't immediately buy your wife a house for you and her to live in and raise a family in off just your income alone. That rarely happens these days, and it's only been getting more and more uncommon as things get more and more fucked with the pricing.
The woman that you have in your arms says a lot about you. So if that woman is a smoke show, if that woman is a great-hearted woman, is a strong woman, is a woman who can carry herself with dignity, with decorum, with respect, and is a good mother and a good wife, congrats to you.
This one I thought was actually just kind of sweet. He's like, look, if you have a good wife, good heart, respect, and congrats to you. Like, okay, hey, nice. But also, who is this for? You know damn well the people watching this kind of content and desperately clinging to it don't have a wife. You're their wife. You're their substitute wife. So who are you congratulating? It's just kind of like a nothing burger statement, but it is kind of just a sweet message like, hey, you know, the woman that you're with, it's an important thing. You know, if she looks great, she's good-hearted, she's respectful and all of this, that's awesome. Yeehaw. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop yapping about it. I think all of you have learned a valuable lesson about taking a shit in general. So yeah, it's more lucrative than insecure, lonely men, desperate to prove that they can be the alpha male they were destined to become. So we've been seeing a lot of these alpha male boot camps spring up rapidly like weeds in a garden, and I've already covered one of these programs extensively. However, I just found a new one that is equally as embarrassing that I have to just point, laugh, and shoot spitballs at. This is the Unbreakable Man Experience.
I'm strong.
Move forward. Move forward. Move forward.
I'm a man.
Forward.
I am a man. I am a man. I am a man.
Just to dispel the rumors, that's not me in the video. I know he's got long hair, a beard, and a white t-shirt, but there's millions of people on the planet that dress like a cartoon character like I do. It's not me, I swear. If I wanted to run around screaming I am a man, I'd be doing it with Matt right now in the back of a Walmart parking lot, not in the middle of a abandoned CrossFit.
I am a man! I am a man! I am a man!
Oh, you can feel the catharsis wash over him here. In fact, I'm getting an experience myself just watching him have this release. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this goober pushing Binging with Babish down a dirt road screaming I am a man in his face? And it's pretty clear, you're a beta cuck. You don't get it. You don't understand what testosterone does in a man's body when it's latent and not able to be harnessed and utilized. This is the power that you can expect when you just fully let go. It's like a Saiyan going Super Saiyan for the first time. Like, the earth around him is shaking. Luckily, they had a gimbal, which kept the camera steady. But if you were there, you were probably registering an earthquake on the fucking Richter scale with this guy having this kind of release. As the caption says, this is a man overcoming his fear and asserting his power. Dropping the sarcasm for a moment, I'm extremely curious what fear this guy had. A fear of bald people? Like, what did he overcome here? A fear of yelling, perhaps? Has he never played Xbox Live? It's pretty much nothing but yelling. I'm sure he's yelled in his life. Like, what fear did he overcome here? And also, what power was he asserting? He was just yelling in your face because you told him to. He's following orders. He's not even asserting himself. He's being subservient to you. And he also paid thousands of dollars to be here. So he's also been financially butt-fucked by you. You have dominated this man. You've got him on a leash. This is the furthest thing from being assertive I have ever seen. So what in tarnation did he actually overcome in this exercise? Like, if he has a fucking flight phobia, like I do, he didn't do anything to conquer that. He's still gonna be afraid of planes. Like, nothing happened. All he did was yell in your face. Like, you're giving him this delusion of accomplishing something.
There. 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 There.
The caption on the video was correct though. You won't believe what happens at the end. The two share a passionate kiss and make love by candleside. So he's now in this like refractory period, I suppose, where he's overexerted himself. He is overrun with emotion because he allowed himself to let go and assert himself. So yeah, now he's on cooldown. He blew his load. He used his ultimate, so now it's recharging, and he's being coddled by the instructor. When a man taps into his power, a grieving process happens. This is a natural release of the old self. And the new self is 10 times more pathetic and 5 times as broke, since you're thousands of dollars in the shitter for this worthless experience, this worthless 3-day camp that you've attended here. Honestly, grieving in this situation does make sense though, because you've wasted thousands of dollars now in this position, and it's all caught on video too with this embarrassing moment. Like, this is undoubtedly something that you're going to be getting red in the face over for years to come when you reflect on it. And what a pseudo-intellectual statement that when a man taps into his natural power, a grieving process happens? In what universe? Ugh, I'm too powerful. The world wasn't ready. My natural power. It's overwhelming to mere mortals. I shed tears for them. Now they'll have to be in the presence of the alpha male. I've awakened.
There you are, child. There you are.
Now that is how you do marketing right there. That's a masterclass in advertising. You're telling me if I sign up for the Unbreakable Man experience right now, I get the privilege of getting to shed tears and moan into a grown man's chest in the middle of a dirt road while he nibbles on my man bun? What? I'm ready. I'm out the door. I've got the credit card and all the wacky numbers on the back ready to give it to you. And what's that? It's only $3,500 or 3 easy payments of $1,250? I'm losing money not signing up for the Unbreakable Man experience. Now, before diving into why I might want to sign up for the Unbreakable Man, I do want to say that I recognize that yelling and screaming and just like going hog wild does make you feel better sometimes. Like having that big release is actually sometimes pretty helpful to just dump emotions out there. But the beauty is, I can do that for free. Everybody can. I would never pay $3,500 to have a self-proclaimed guru tell me to hoot and holler at this boys' summer camp for the band club. Why in the fucking world would you be paying for that? It's such an unbelievable waste of money that's preying on the gullible people that are desperate to have something in their lives turn around to improve their situation, not realizing that they're only falling deeper and deeper into a bad path. They're being led by scammers who are just taking money out of their piggy bank and getting nothing of value in return for it. It's fucking sad. Like, I do legitimately feel bad for the people that attend these courses. They're not in a good spot, and they just want something better for themselves, and they buy into this brainwashing from these absolute fucking heathens that are telling them that this is the way. This will unlock your true potential. This is how you become an alpha. Right now, you're a bitch, but with me suckling on my bosom and giving me doubloons, I can change that for you. And they're so desperate that they do it. It sucks. Like, it really does make me feel bad for these individuals. You know, maybe I'm being a little too harsh on the Unbreakable Man. Look how effective this sounds. It gives you the step-by-step process to take command of your inner world. So it's going to give you a fucking domain expansion, I guess. Optimize your mind-body emotions. Eliminate negative beliefs with the Mindset Mastery formula. Take decisive action in life with the Clarity formula. So many formulas here, Plankton's head would be spinning. Get results you want in life using our gamification process. Though gamification would be pretty hype if they just start turning you into the fucking Hulk or something, blasting you with gamma rays. And reclaim your authentic self by teaching you how to tap into your masculine nature. Important. What I'm about to tell you next is vital to your success. You can't do this alone. Caps locked. That language right there is extremely manipulative. You can't do this alone. It's trying to convince whoever is somewhat on the fence about this that no matter what they do, you can't handle your problems without them. And you can't have access to them, the people that can solve your problems, these gurus, without paying them. It's your only option, because you can't do it alone. It's trying to get them to feed off of them immediately, so that way they're not independent. It's aiming to take away the men's individuality, so they just buy into the herd like sheep, so that way they can only rely on the Unbreakable Man Network and the ghouls that run it. So that way you can keep being exploited for more money and hosed down the line for it. But check out these cool perks you get. Access to the online Brotherhood portal? Jeez, man, that sounds really familiar. It's almost like every single one of these scams offers that exact same fucking thing. That's odd. That's so odd. But you get 3-month access to the exclusive online network. You don't even get it for life, by the way. You just get fucking 3 months of it. That's like an extremely expensive subscription plan there. And then you get the Unbreakable Man training system. And of course, on-demand support from high-value men in the online Brotherhood. Pay thousands of dollars and get access to a couple of YouTube videos and maybe a Zoom meeting, maybe even like a Discord group. Holy shit. Now that is bang for your buck. What an unbreakable man you'll become with all of those videos in the palm of your hands.
In the heart of every man there is a calling. This is a calling to serve a purpose greater than himself.
Yeah, and that purpose is to give all of your money to these scammers. That's the only purpose you serve in their eyes. That's all you're good for to these people. Just a fucking coin block to be hitting Mario for them.
For millennia, men would go through a process of initiation to uncover their purpose, step into their power, and unlock their potential.
The only potential you unlock from one of these alpha male boot camps is the potential to be a shameless pay piggy and just forking over money for mumbo jumbo nonsense. I promise you will never find a purpose while attending one of these. Paying thousands of dollars for some Discord servers and a 3-day vacation is not going to do anything to improve your life. You're just going to be in a worse place than when you started. You're going to have less money and more shame.
Recently, a modernized rite of passage has been created known as the Unbreakable Man experience. This is a process to reclaim your soul as a man.
If you pay for these types of courses, you don't have a soul anymore. Your soul is theirs, like Shang Tsung. For $3,500, 3,500 clams, you can hire a personal trainer. You can hire a nutritionist. You can hire a therapist. You can actually hire real specialists, real professionals to actually help you make improvements in your life and change things and make things better for yourself, as opposed to giving $3,500 for a 3-day camp where you just go and take an ice bath and push a bald man down a dirt road. You're not getting anything out of that experience. You could use that money for so much more and actually make your life better. But instead, people are just getting brainwashed into this dog shit. It's sad, because like I said, people have started to notice that the most lucrative demographic right now is lonely, desperate men. So they're taking advantage of that every chance they get to exploit it. So yeah, just wanted to Joe, most likely when you look at me, you see an alpha male, a very intimidating specimen that encapsulates everything it means to be a masculine man in today's climate. But, just like Qui-Gon Jinn says, there's always a bigger fish. Today I'm going to show you what a real alpha looks like. It looks like something straight off of a Greek god statue. It looks like something you'd only read about in the Bible. Basically what God wanted when he created men, but something went awry in the formula and we were left with only one true chosen alpha. And this alpha lives where all great men do, on TikTok. So join me as we take a look at the only alpha left in the world. Hopefully you're wearing pants you don't mind getting a little wet, panties you don't mind getting a little sodden, because you're going to need the disclaimer, because you're not dealing with just a man, you're dealing with the alpha. He's beating your ass like a fucking drum, huh? You should have just listened to him the first time. He was very nice about it the first time, simply getting his girl away from you and informing you, hey, he's the alpha, so you better watch out, bruh. But then you came back, stepped on his toes again, and he had to beat the fuck out of you. Should have gotten the hint the first time. He shouldn't have to repeat himself. That's your fault. The reason you're spitting up blood right now in the emergency room with your butthole feeling a little sore, well, it's because you went near the alpha's girl. You should know better, and he warned you, and then he had to get a little aggressive. I absolutely love this shit. I love his, like, fucking karate off camera and shit. Fucking, I'm the alpha. Getting him with, like, some side kicks and some of these boxing maneuvers like it's a Tekken game. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know if he does it earnestly or not, and you know what? It doesn't fucking matter to me, because he's crushing it. My man's out here open up cans of whoop ass on TikTok. Any fucking tough guys talking shit about his girl or him in the comment section, he probably personally DMs them a picture of his fist and says, knuckle sandwich delivery, order up, bitch. Or maybe he just profusely apologizes that they didn't like the content. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't like it. That was actually quite mean though. Take it back. This one honestly feels like something Alpha wouldn't want you to see, where his girl is not satisfied and she's calling him a friend right to his face because she just shows so little respect towards Alpha. And then Alpha shows that he doesn't have a whole lot of self-respect either. He takes the phone and he's like, who is this? You cheating on me with this soft guy? You could do so much better. Let me give you the number of some hard guys. It's like he was gonna be like her fucking agent or something and start setting her up with guys that are better than him. Yeah, no, this Joker here, he's not better than the Alpha. But I do know guys that are, if you'd like me to set you up. Like, it just seems real weak here. It just feels like this prank, he shouldn't have posted it. Because the whole thing, he's been oozing pure testosterone and masculinity throughout his entire TikTok career. But this one, he looks kinda soft. Good technique. There's just a lot to unpack with that one right there. And I don't think I need to. Just more good stuff, I guess, from Alpha. I was gonna put some makeup on myself with like a black eye, bruises and cuts all over my face, pretending like he just like beat me up or something, but it just wasn't worth the effort. Me doing that would be more effort than these two have ever put into anything they've ever fucking done on TikTok, and it just didn't seem worth it. But I do love the storyline here, the narrative they've constructed. So she was with Alpha, and then she got tired of Alpha. She said, you know what, I just want a beta male, a nice guy beta male. And then she turns to that guy, and it turns out he's trying to fucking kidnap her and strangle her. And then Alpha comes to the rescue, saves her, beats his ass, and then beats my ass. I was just watching. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hit you with the cold water. Most of the content I was showing you was Alpha's older content, where I believe he was more of a man. His recent, 10 posts are all about baby talk, and why baby talk is good. And you can see the dark spiral that's happening to the Alpha familia here on TikTok. I don't necessarily agree with the baby talk position being like an alpha thing, but I'm not like this, primordial alpha like he is, so I guess maybe I'm just not knowledgeable enough on the topic. Well, you can't argue with those points. Pretty bulletproof, watertight, and honestly, the only point that matters is that Alpha likes it, and if the Alpha likes it, then we're fucking idiots for not liking it. So, honestly, that's a problem for us, for people that don't like the baby talk. If the Alpha likes it, that means it is an objectively good thing. But yeah, anyway. Then a guy who calls himself an alpha male is a guy who calls himself an alpha male and then tries to sell advice to desperate, lonely men.
Hey guys, it's your boy Fresh Prince CEO. And today we're going to talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
I love intros like these. You get some wacky wubby dubstep kind of shit going on there with a dumb intro. It is so nostalgic. Takes me right back to 2011. Anyway, this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. The entire purpose of this show is to bring women on to insult and belittle them to their face, while also preaching that men should have the right to cheat on their significant other as many times as they want, whereas their significant other isn't even allowed to look at other men. They have to go in public with fucking horse blinders on, and if they even so much as glance at a dude, you need to kick them to the streets immediately because they're a fucking disgusting, worthless whore. It's a lot of horrible, abhorrent shit that they talk about, and I'm sure you've heard of them or seen them before because I've had so many viral clips over the last year of them getting dunked on by the guests they bring on. I'm pretty sure the two of them have a humiliation fetish, which is the reason they keep this show running. But they're also kind of like the Voldemort of YouTube, at least they were for a little bit. They used to copyright claim and copyright strike anyone that would make fun of them or joke about them, saying that it was damaging their brand or making them look silly, even though they themselves are the clowns in their own circus. They're making themselves look fucking stupid. They never actually won any of their strikes or claims or anything like that. They all got overturned. But still just absolutely cowardly pussy behavior from people that claim to be alpha males. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about Fresh and Fit as a whole or the entire production of it. I want to focus on one video they posted in particular, one that I still think back on with a little wet spot in my trousers. It's one of the most delusional things I've ever seen from a YouTube channel. It's one of the hosts that is telling a story that is completely made up, just obviously fiction. He is literally making up fanfic on par with My Immortal, in a way that makes him look like he constantly fucks. Even though I'm pretty convinced that the shorter guy here is a virgin, yet he still makes these crazy claims and stories like the one I'm about to show you.
All right, guys, so you heard my L's, marrying a single mom, getting left out in the cold, basically in the car, never came downstairs. But today we're gonna talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Let me stop you right there. I already don't believe you. It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one.
Not to mention they've both shown themselves to be frauds time and time again.
You know, we're both triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with one woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse and never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top-tier guy, high-value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends, and he says, yo, bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight? I told him, look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot. And then he's like, yo, bro, are you on Instagram?
And then he added me on Instagram, we became best friends, he got me a tryout with his NBA team, which I absolutely crushed and became a starter on the squad, setting NBA world records. He invited me to Thanksgiving at his parents' house, I fucked his mom, and then the whole family clapped. That would be more believable than the story he's about to tell from here.
I was like, perfect, yeah, I am. So I gave him my Instagram, and lo and behold, he followed me, he said, wait, you know this chick? So he pulls up this girl's profile, because you can see who's following someone that you just added from like the following list. I was like, yeah, I know her, bro. I used to like do her back in the day. He's like, damn, that's my shorty want to come in town. So basically, we were smashing the same chick.
No, you weren't. The only thing you've been smashing is your meat into your hand, you liar. This story's already got more plot holes in it than Kingdom Hearts. Why would an NBA player go up to a random guy at a pool party to ask for a party later? He's clearly already connected, he found out about the pool party, so why would he go up to a complete stranger at a bar to ask for further advice on partying, and then going a step further to add him on Instagram? That just doesn't make any sense. Unless Fresh and Fit dropped to the floor and sucked his dick raw at the bar in front of everyone, why would this NBA player care to add him on Instagram? NBA players, celebrities, they don't follow like anybody at all, except for like actual close friends or business partners or something like that. So why would he add a complete stranger who he only asked one question to, where should I party? And past that, why would he then check who this new guy was following? Hey, pardon me, I couldn't help but notice that this girl that I'm piping is being followed by you. Are you that creepy stalker she has a restraining order against, or like what's the deal there? Are you guys friends? Oh, you guys used to fuck too? Alright, fist bump. We just became best friends, let's go.
So he's like, yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party, like, the next day. Come through, I got you. All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected, and funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It was crazy, you know. Like we always say, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high-value men, and they run around in the same circles, right?
You have the gall, the chutzpah, to sit here and insult not only the intelligence of your viewers, but insult God himself with the claim that you and the NBA player were having sex with the same women. Do you honestly expect anyone in the world to believe that? And then to have the audacity to make the claim that women go for the same high-value males? You are somehow putting yourself in the same ballpark as a fucking NBA player. You who runs one of the most laughed at podcasts on the internet since the My Little Pony fan club radio show. You think that you are a same level of high-value male as an NBA player? Fucking mind-blowing.
I'm at his mansion party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party where there's been this much girls compared to guys. So I'm like, yo, how's this gonna work? He says to me, yo, come through, bro. So he's like, yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you. I was like, 3 that I want? Is it like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it.
Bro, this does not sound like an NBA player. This sounds like human trafficking. Pick any 3 girls and I got you. That should be like setting off alarm bells in your head, I would think. What might have happened is some guy came up to him and lied like, yeah, I'm in the NBA, I'm also ex-Special Forces, over 500 confirmed kills, and I fuck on the daily. In fact, hourly. In fact, I'm gonna be late for a threesome right now. But yeah, anyway, just going back to Fresh and Fit lore here. So our boy is now at a mansion with 45 topless babes, big asses, sodden, dripping vaginas, and every single one of them has his name shaved into their pubic hair, I bet.
So I was like, yo, I like her, and her. He goes, talks to them, calls him over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy? So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick, they were mad cool, and legit, guys, I could have a threesome with them, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, yo, this is too much for me. But
far be it from me to question the math here, but it would have been a foursome, not a threesome. Unless, of course, the 3 girls fucked each other and then told you to just go far away from them, like hide in the bathroom or something, which I imagine would have happened. Also, he speaks fondly of this event, but I imagine this was one of the worst days of all 3 of those women's lives. Assuming, of course, the story is real, which it's not, I'm just suspending disbelief for a moment. Obviously, he is literally making this shit up as he goes along.
What happened was, I did my thing with one of them, came back outside, hopped in the shower real quick, talked to the other one, went back in the room later on. So basically, I had 3 girls in one night. It sounds crazy, guys, but there's a whole nother world outside of the regular dating circle where guys of high value can actually like set up certain things that regular guys can't.
What an incredible story. I can't wait for the sequel. Fresh and fit in the goblet of fucking. I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to fuck him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a fucking nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
So translate that into like my own lifestyle. Now from Instagram, I say, you know what? I can have 3 in one day. Why can't I do it myself? Learning from Deals on Demand that you guys are gonna learn if you bought the course. We're gonna re-release it soon, coming up maybe like next month. That whole setup there can be done for yourself through Instagram or dating apps.
How is me buying your course going to help me fuck 3 times in one day? Is the course just that NBA player's phone number for his mansion of sex? Like, there's just nothing you can really teach from this story you've told here. Nothing translates. There's no lesson. You picked 3 girls that a guy then instructed to have sex with you. And it never happened in the first place, and I hate that I keep suspending disbelief for even a fraction of a second to entertain the idea that this happened in reality, when we all know it didn't. But even still, what is the takeaway? There is nothing that happened in this whole video that could help some lonely guy at all.
You can take L's all your life, you can take W's, but the point here is that like, you can have whatever you want in this life. You made that choice. So for me, I was at a point where 3 a day was easily done through Instagram, and that's what I did.
But even in this fantasy, that's not what you did. You didn't set up 3 girls in one day through Instagram or anything like that. A guy did it for you. He fucking told them to have sex with you. You didn't talk to them through Instagram, you didn't get to know them or anything like that. Even in their own stories, they can't help but just treat women like objects. Like, yeah, he gave me 3 women to fuck. And that's why I'm the king of Instagram dating. Like, what are you talking about? It's so fucking wild. It's incredibly embarrassing. I don't know how they can post things like this and not feel any amount of shame. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. The CEO of the Salty Spittoon. He told an inspirational story that I happened to stumble across, and I'm not gonna lie to you, sports fans, it's something I really needed to hear.
From that point on, my dad knew he couldn't take on. And I was 13. He picked up a stick, a wooden stick, and he went to hit me over the head. And I did this, and it broke. And then I took it out of his hand, threw it on the floor, kicked him in the leg, picked him up, and threw him on the coffee table. Coffee table broke in half.
Yeah, that definitely happened. And everybody clapped. This kid Rex Kwandoed his father through a coffee table like it was Mankind McFoley through a WWE table. Now, I read his comments, and there were naysayers in there thinking that he was just spouting off a load of baloney. Bunch of bullshit. Well, poo-poo on you for thinking that he would be lying about a situation like this. You don't know who you're speaking to. This isn't some ordinary mortal, some weak coward. This is a superhuman. And here he is graciously taking time out of his busy day sucking piss from his own balls in order to tell us the origin story of his powers. Kind of like when Mark from Invincible awakened his powers, so too did he. And he is going to use this as a way of not just flexing on us, but trying to lift us up.
That's the beauty, that we are actually superhuman. We just don't unlock these genes because we don't put our body and our mind through the pressure. There's something called microfractions. Little microfractions that you cause when hitting the bone thickens the bone.
See, it's that simple. Microfractions. What, you didn't learn about that in algebra? I'll drop the sarcasm for a moment. Fucking Goober here is confusing microfractures for microfractions. Also, I'm convinced he's not actually speaking to anyone on this podcast. I think he just set up this like podcast look to make it seem like he's got more authority than he actually does on something. But that's just a little game theory. That's a little tinfoil hat conspiracy there. But anyway, I just love that he comes in here preaching, we're all superhumans. Have you ever heard of microfractures? Like that's the eureka moment, like that's the chemical X. It turns out this is the secret that, you know, Big Brother doesn't want you to know. We're actually all X-Men thanks to microfractions. I feel like it's almost insulting to your intelligence if I explain microfractures here, because I imagine most of you know what that is, but I'll go ahead and dive into it quickly, just in case he happens to have stumbled across this video in between beating 5,000 samurais' asses for the day or something, or whatever cool badass thing he was doing. What he's trying to talk about is microfractures, which you've probably heard of in relation to like Muay Thai. And it's like repeated impact to the bone causes slight little fractures to it, so when it repairs itself, it grows back a bit denser, a bit stronger. Now, obviously, it's not going to turn you into a goddamn superhuman. You could go outside and kick oak trees till the cows come home, kicking infinite oak trees, but you will never be able to have dense enough bones to be, like, bulletproof or anything like that. Like, it's not going to turn you into a superhuman, and I don't know why he's talking about it like it somehow does.
I used to sit there and hit my shins with a hammer all fucking day. Do you know why people wear boxing gloves? So they don't fuck up their hands by hitting somebody's head. Your head is the strongest bone in the body, and if you train it and bang it enough for a whole year, it becomes 4 times thicker.
He's just straight up wrong. The head is not the strongest bone in the human body. That title usually goes to the femur. But he does say something I do believe him on about banging his head. That I think he's probably telling the truth on. Like, yeah, maybe he was hitting his knees or his shins with a hammer, and he probably started hitting his head with the fucking hammer too from the sound of things here, because he is way off his rocker here. He is off his gourd.
We hurt, and I learned that at a young age. That's what I learned from the Shaolin monks. Go watch them when they spar, when they battle, or when they have a fight. Boom, they turn their head. Wherever you're hitting, they just turn their head. You punch their head, you're breaking your hand.
No, they don't. He doesn't say a single thing in here that's accurate at all, not even by accident. So I know exactly what happened here, though. He saw one video, the old viral video of that Shaolin monk who was taunting his opponent in a fight, where he put his head down and was just taking every blow right on the chin. Like, he was just eating every fucking blow like it was cereal. So that's the video he saw, and he thought that must have been true for all Shaolin monks, I think. That's the only explanation I can think of. Like, and I'm giving him a lot of charitability here with my interpretation of this statement, because I think also equally likely is he's just straight up lying, just actually talking out of his fucking butthole. But I think there's a chance he saw that video of the Shaolin monk in the boxing ring where he was getting hit in the head a lot because he was literally taunting the guy, and he's like, oh, that's how Shaolin monks fight. Must be those microfractions I've heard so much about. They must train with that. So now he's spouting it off here on the podcast. But I don't know why he thinks that. He could have just looked it up for like 2 seconds. Like, Shaolin monks don't just fight with their head for blocking. Like, they're not giraffes. Like, they don't just fight with their head. Like, what? It's outrageous that he would think that. Also, I can't help but have, like, an immense appreciation for the lesson he's trying to teach here to, like, the absolute idiots in his audience. That you should hit your head a lot over the course of a year to make your skull thicker. He's actually trying to preach the gospel that in order to be a superhuman, you need to be like banging your head against the wall like it's a horror movie, like the end of Hereditary or something. That is incredible as a lesson that he's trying to get out there. Because that's actually the takeaway. He is literally talking like, if you want to unlock the superhuman X-Men gene, you're going to have to start hitting your shins with a hammer and damaging your skull so that way it'll get thicker and stronger and more dense. You ever heard of Shaolin monks and microfractions? That's an incredible lesson for him to try and teach on TikTok. That's amazing.
I come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, to the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to punch. And who was like that? Mike Tyson. He comes in and when he punches, why'd you see everybody's head flying? Because he tried to put his fist through the guy's head. That's why every single punch you see people fly. Look today, all the knockouts that are in the UFC. Somebody kicks him, he does a slap kick. Chin, boom, boom, boom. Guy goes down this way. Mike Tyson, Bruce Lee, it's a different punch.
Hey, can't argue with that. When this man throws a punch, he's turning your skull into body armor for himself, locking it in like an elbow pad. That is, of course, assuming you haven't trained your skull with sledgehammers for the better part of a decade, because then even he would be powerless against a skull that thick. You'd be looking like Sheen out of that episode of Jimmy Neutron when he gets really smart and has that huge brain. But yeah, I just think it's really fun listening to this guy talk about how badass he is. It's so cool. I punched through their skull and then their head's locked on my elbow. I end up looking like I'm out of Mad Max. I adorn my body with decorations of viscera and body parts. It's so fucking good.
Belgian horses are the biggest and the strongest horses in the world. Each one could pull 12,000 pounds. If the two of them are put together, how much weight could they pull?
Together they're pulling 24,000 right there.
By math, if you do it right, they're pulling 24,000. When you put two alpha males, Belgian horses, together, they could pull 36,000 pounds.
Math can never calculate the potential of an alpha. Also, the AI art he uses for all of his videos is fucking mind-boggling. Yikes. Horrifying. But you're gonna find this hard to believe. He's wrong again. So, this is actually something a lot of other influencer alpha males mention about the Belgian horses as an example of how strong brotherhood can be. They're able to punch way above their weight class, beyond what you would expect given, you know, the numbers here. And it all stems from something called entree leadership from someone named Dave Ramsey, who gave this Belgian horse example when it comes to synergy. So, Belgian horses can pull up to 8,000 pounds individually, not 12,000 like Goofball mentions. And Dave Ramsey saying when you put two together, they are able to actually pull under like optimal conditions, trained together. They can get up to like 30 or even 32,000 pounds that they can pull together through synergy. Well, our guy didn't quite understand that. He couldn't get the numbers correct, and he was trying to spout out an idea that's not his to begin with. I don't think he read Dave Ramsey's book. I'm starting to wonder if he's literate in the first place. Instead, I'm sure he saw some of the other influencer alpha males that have butchered that book excerpt, and he just tried to call upon that and got it wrong.
It's because one pushes the other. If you guys work together as a team, like two Belgian horses, you'll be able to pull a lot more than you're pulling on your own.
Yeah, I like that.
It's amazing that when you see brothers really work as a team and understand that nothing can break you, which means if I separated you and I took you in a room, no matter how hard I would beat you, you don't give up your brother.
Yeah.
You don't break. Don't ever let a woman separate between you guys. Every single ex-girlfriend of my brother separated us, didn't want me around. When I was around, he was being more of himself. Brotherhood is the most important thing.
Every single one of your brother's ex-girlfriends didn't want you around? And you think that's a problem with them, not you? Like these women that knew nothing about you at all, like they didn't have it out for you, all of them for some reason just didn't want you around, and you don't think that's because you're a fucking weirdo? Or maybe I'm just talking crazy. That's clearly not the lesson to be learned from that experience there. Obviously not. It all ties back to Belgian horses, actually. Anyway, though, I really enjoyed going down a little bit of a rabbit hole on some tough guy TikTok content, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit.